Hey everybody, Marcus Crawford here with the Idaho Quadcopter channel. Hey, I just did my first flight with the DJI Mavic 3 Pro with those three big cameras on the front of this War of the Worlds looking thing. It's a pretty cool looking drone if you ask me. Hey, so we had a really good first flight with it, no issues whatsoever, did some cool stuff. What I want to do right now is I want to go to the other side of the canyon and go the other direction up the canyon. And just kind of an exploration flight. This is the perfect drone for it. It's powerful, has a lot of battery time and so forth. You know, it's a fairly windy day today. This guy's not even going to know that. It handles the wind very well. So let's quit messing around. Let's get this bird in the air. Hey, okay, we've got 100% battery, got the screen recorder started. Let's go ahead. I wonder what happens if, I'm just going to put it in regular video mode, normal. But anyway, let's go ahead. That was a distraction. Let's start recording and hold it. I'm going to stop recording. Yeah, I'm in 4K 60. Okay, that's what I wanted to do. 4K 60. Yeah, and there's that button. And so they're blacked out, the 1, the 3, and the 7. So we probably will not be able to zoom, but you know, if we get out and see something we want to zoom in on, we'll try it. Let's go ahead and do an automated takeoff on the app. And there's that. And it says we're in a 500-meter altitude zone. I've never seen that before. So I'm going straight up. So not quite 7 meters high. The last time I did not get a precision landing, so figured I'd try that this time. Let's bring the drone to the other side of us to do our droney, and in fact I'll turn the camera around here so that we can see that. Bring the drone back and down, and we'll get ready to do our droney here. Interesting, there's some swallows around me. There's a bunch of birds flying around. They do call this the Snake River Birds of Prey for a reason. Okay, so there we are right there. I lowered the camera just a little bit. We're gonna do our droney. I'm in cine mode, but yeah, I had it in C. It's in normal mode. Okay, reversing up now, and there's a bunch of swallows back there. Reverse and up. And off we go. They're probably not going to like this drone flying around. And we are in full reverse, about 19 meters high. And we're just going to keep reversing out over the canyon here, guys. I just think this is a spectacular look at the side of the canyon. And I hear an aircraft off to the north of me, but he is way out there. So yeah, so there is the canyon itself, or the Snake River itself. But what we want to do is we want to go the other direction. So we are going to stop and spin around here. And we're going to head out over the other side of the canyon. And we're going to go essentially kind of northwest. Well, actually southwest right now. Boy, because it's such a beautiful day, there's a lot of people out flying in the aircraft, and I'm hearing a lot of motors, but they're all way up there. But you got to keep your eye out. You know, when you hear a manned aircraft, you want to be looking. So let's go over the top. Let's go over on the other side of the canyon here. And we'll look at it from a little different perspective. And this definitely looks higher, right? Yep, it's definitely higher. We're about 17 meters higher than our takeoff point. Yeah, we're definitely going to have to gain some altitude, but gosh, let's take a look at this. This is pretty cool, isn't it? Drop that camera down here. Yeah, look at that. Let's do a little orbit around that. That's cool. Okay, I'm going to stop for a second. I hear another aircraft, so I want to make sure I see him. There he is. He's actually fairly low, but he's to the north of us. He's lower, much lower than all the others. He's way higher than what we have the drone, but you know, that's why you got to pay attention. He's flying a circle out there, just out over the desert. This is a cool looking formation here, man. Look at that. And there you get the canyon. This is a view of the canyon that we haven't seen before. I'm going to look at something real quick here in the safety menu. Yeah, I just want to make sure we were in bypass, and we are. Okay, let's move forward here. And yeah, I mean, I like this view. We're getting a pretty cool view of the right on the edge of the canyon here. Love this stuff. This is what it's all about to me, guys. This kind of exploration, just to me, is just everything. And that aircraft just turned around. Yeah, we're gonna have to pay attention because he's kind of coming our way. Well, he's over some crops over there. He's out there a ways, but he's definitely lower. He's way higher than we are, but he's the lowest aircraft that I've seen today. So again, you know, pay attention, folks. That's what I'm saying. When you hear that manned aircraft, look and make sure you got eyes on him, so you know, you get your situational awareness and you know what it is. Gosh, this is cool, isn't it? This is stuff that I haven't, I'll be honest with you, as many times as I've flown the canyon, I haven't looked at before. And we got a jet aircraft above us right now. Of course, he's way up there. Pretty cool. Lots of aircraft out today. So look at this draw right here. This is kind of interesting. I think we ought to explore this. I think we ought to run up this draw just a little ways, see what there is to see. Now there's potential here for terrain interference with the drone, in which case it would go into return to home. So we're going to watch that. We're going to watch that signal very, very closely. We're still at 4 to 5 bars, so it's looking good. 28 satellites, so all of our telemetry looks good. Man, this is really cool, isn't it? Look at this. You know, this is. I've flown here a lot, and I just haven't explored some of this kind of stuff, so this is kind of fun. So right down here, look at that. That's the end of that draw. And you know water flows down there from time to time because you can see it here. This is cool. No water in there now, but you can see that, yeah, image transmission, so we're going to go higher. So we have a better chance of maintaining our connection. And we could switch to 30 frames per second and get, go into explore mode, excuse me, and get that zoom back. But in the meantime, I'm having a good time looking at it like this. So there you go. Let's go forward some more here. You know, again, this is just territory that I've never explored on the other side of the canyon. Pretty darn cool. And I am hearing, I'm going to grab some more altitude here because I went in the yellow there for a second. And look at that, we got some sand down there. So yeah, no doubt this fills with water sometimes. Let's look back down this. And we are definitely high enough now that that our signal is going to be good. So let's look at this. Yeah, that's just rocks. No water there. Yeah. And again, those Awahi Mountains off in the distance there. this direction right here. Those are the Awahis. So let's try something here. Let's just fly directly back over the edge of the canyon and come back out. I'm hearing another aircraft. Oh no, it's a jet boat. It's a boat on the river. Heck, we better get to, and look at him. Okay, let's get back out over the river. I'm going to walk back over the side of the canyon and see which direction he's going, and we'll see if we can chase him down a little bit. Yeah, I heard that motor and I'm thinking it's an aircraft, and then I realized, nope, not an aircraft, but a boat. And here we are approaching the side of the canyon. Yeah, so he just moved to the other side here. Let's see if we can find him. There he is. There he is right there. Well, we'll go down, we'll drop some altitude here, go into the canyon, and we'll follow him downriver. What do you think? And we're just in normal mode right now. So that's kind of cool. I wonder if I could put the drone in automatic follow. So I'm slowing down a little bit because I don't want to overshoot him. Yeah, jet boat. Let's see what happens when he gets to these. Let me slow down. He's looking at these rapids here. These jet boats are pretty cool. They just need inches of water to go down the river. Yeah, okay, back to full speed. We'll go into sport mode here if we have to. Let me see if I can get close to him. And we're at 64% battery, so we're in good shape. Let's keep going. Oh yeah, I think I'm gonna need to go in sport mode. I'm at full throttle. Sport mode, here we come. Sport mode it is. And we'll catch up to him. Cool thing about this drone too is you can, yeah, so now let's see how fast he's going here. We were able to catch right up to him. About 12 meters per second, that's about 26, 27 miles per gallon. He'll slow down here for these rapids. Yeah. Moves right on around him. I wonder if we could put the drone in follow mode. I don't know, I just tried to tap on him there and it didn't. No, I'm not getting, yeah, there we go. ActiveTrack. Unable to function, only supports following objects, people and vehicles. So I guess it didn't recognize it as a boat. Well, we tried. We get down low, and by the way, I have a direct line of sight. Direct line of sight on these guys here. Yeah, it looks like they're going to do some fishing, huh? Let's go back into normal mode. We don't need sport mode now. Yeah, he's coming back the other way. We're at 57% battery. The other thing I'll say that's cool about this drone is it gives you so much confidence to have obstacle avoidance. So this might be a good opportunity. It just doesn't recognize him. Yeah, trace, go. Okay, so we got him. Yeah, it did. It recognized it as a boat. So it's just going to follow him now. Yeah, we'll let it do that for a little while. So he's slowed way down now. It's kind of part of the problem. Yeah, he's coming to pretty much a stop, isn't he? Let's go to the left. The thing is, he'll have to move. We'll give it a second and see if he starts going back down the river. If he doesn't, I'll get moving here. Yeah, it looks like he came to a stop, so I'm going to stop that ActiveTrack, and we'll just go into spotlight mode here. Let me grab some altitude, and I'm just going to with the left stick, and this guy will keep him here. Pretty cool. Spotlight mode is just such a fun feature. So they must be, I'm sure they're fishing is what they're doing. But again, look at that. We get to demonstrate spotlight mode. And I'm pushing the stick straight forward now, and let's see how it handles it. It's pointing the camera down, and then it just stops. And then I was pushing the camera sideways. Whoops, too much. Holy cow. Oh, he's starting up again. Let's go into ActiveTrack again. And let's see if we can follow him. He's not going very fast though. He's just idling around. Okay, that was a bad idea. Spotlight mode it is. Okay, I'm just going to back up, and let's see what it does. And it keeps him right in that same spot in the frame. That is so cool. Which we could also, let me grab a little bit of altitude, drop the camera down, and we could also go in point of interest mode. So this is different that I didn't think we were going to do on this, but let's do it right now. So I can put it in POI, and I can click go, and it's going to do a rotation around this guy. And again, the cool thing about this drone, you got that obstacle avoidance, man. So this is the drone doing just an automated rotation around this boat. And you guys will get to look at some of those boulders that are in the canyon there. I mean, I can't tell you if those are some of the boulders that got washed down the Snake River Plain, but they could very well be. Look at the size of those things. When that Bonneville Dam broke 17,400 years ago, it washed a lot of stuff downriver and created this beautiful Snake River Canyon. So anyway, I guess we've shown everything we want to show there. Let's go ahead and click stop here. Well, that was kind of a fun, unexpected surprise. I'm going to X out of spotlight mode there, pick up the camera again, and we're going to head right back downriver. And I wonder if those guys even saw us at all. And we can get down here. Like I said, we're at about 103 meters negative altitude. So you kind of get a look, what it looks like down here in this part of the canyon. And you can just see a hiking trail there. You can't drive a car down there. There's just a hiking trail. Man, I just saw a shadow go over me. A big old hawk just flew over the top of me. Man, it's really cool. The shadow went right over the top of me. That was so awesome. I'm standing here in the shadow of this hawk right over the top of me. But yeah, let's shoot. Well, there's a lot of stuff to explore here. Look at the size of these boulders, man. How about this little rock formation out here? Let's go take a look at that. We're at 39% battery. And this guy will go into return to home when it feels like it. We've been recording for about 18 minutes, and again, 38% battery. I'm assuming that it's going to want to. And by the way, I've got a straight shot at the drone. Art, we've got a great signal. And yeah, so wow. Let's see if we can do a rotation around this guy, huh? Let's go into cine mode. And this is cool. And that, I believe, is what they call columnar lava flow. You see those columns? Any geologists out there that know different, let me know in the comments. Again, this is just one of my favorite things to do with a drone, is just to be able to explore like this. You can get out and see things that you otherwise would never been able to be able to see. In a drone like this, because you have obstacle avoidance, you have a lot of confidence too. Let's fly straight towards this guy and let's see what happens. Straight towards it, straight towards it, straight towards it. And I'm getting those warnings. And it's moving around. It's moving around it. It's moving over the top. That is so cool. You know, we're way down there. And the obstacle avoidance on the drone gives you that kind of confidence. This even has me a little nervous right now. Okay, I'm gonna, you know, I have a lot of confidence in DJI drones, but I'm gonna back out of this. That was fun though. Pretty darn cool. We should be going into RTH about any time now. I'm thinking we're at 31% battery. We're almost to that orange spot. And the drone will start, it'll start going to low battery, return to home. Start coming back to us. And again, I was in cine mode. Let's go into normal mode. And head towards this guy. And let's see what it does. Boy, I'd hate to have to hike down there and go after it if it did. Yeah, that looked really close, didn't it? I don't know how close it was. I don't want to know. I moved up. That was me hitting the up stick. Yeah, we're going into low battery return to home right now. But pretty cool. And I can see that boat down there. They're stopped. They must just be fishing. So we'll see it. It's at about, what, 90 meters negative altitude. It's starting to raise in altitude. And coming on back to us. We'll hopefully get a return to home. Excuse me. I need to learn how to talk. A precision landing. We are getting a return to home. I got a little distracted there for a second. And let's see. So we're 20, almost 22 minutes into this flight. 25% battery. So that'll give you an idea of flight time. Which is, you know, quite frankly, for me, is plenty. You know, but when you get more than 30 minutes of flight time, that's almost more than I ever need. There's some situations, but most situations, you know, your average flight is going to be about 15 or 20 minutes. And I guess if you have more battery power, you can get multiple flights out of one battery, I suppose. But yeah, coming on back here, you can see it's heading straight for us. Got a little ways to go. Still in the green on the battery meter though. We're safe. Let me drop that camera down just a tad. Get a better look at the canyon. I don't see, I'm just looking to see, I don't see any more boats on the river or anything, but man, how cool is it that we got to catch up with that guy? I thought that was pretty neat, and we got to demonstrate some of the FocusTrack stuff with this drone. So now I'm seeing that the battery meter is going between orange and green. As the drone's coming back, it goes into green, and now it's back into orange when it dropped down to 20%. But it'll come into green. By the time it gets back to us here, it'll be in solid green. And look, it's 20 meters positive altitude from the takeoff point. So yeah, there's that island, and you can see where we're at there on the edge of the canyon. You can see the end of the BLM road, and we are just this side of that. 18% battery. And she's coming on back. What a beautiful canyon this is. I like this time of the year because everything is still so green. You know, as we get into the summer, this stuff will brown up, but this is when it looks the best. Nice and green, and you know, there's a little bit of wind today, but you know, the temperature is comfortable. Still standing out in the sun there. I don't know, I might have got a little bit of a sunburn, but and there we are. You can see us on the edge of the canyon. You can see my Tahoe there off in the distance. 16% battery. We are in great shape. Again, it's just staying about 20 meters high, and then it you know, gets below 20%. Well, now it's saying 15%. It's going into low battery return to home, it says. Yeah, we knew that. There she is. I'm looking at it coming over the top of the canyon. Let me drop that camera down as we go, and we'll see if we get that, see if we can get a precision landing this time. You can see me leaning up against the bumper of my Tahoe. It looks pretty darn close, doesn't it? It's pretty darn close. Let's see what it does. Last time we didn't get a precision landing. Let's see. Yeah, it's zooming in on it. I think we're going to get it this time. Oh yeah, we got it made. And it picked up the camera as it's coming down. And it's right over the pad. Doggone it, I didn't have, yeah, there you got to see it at the end. I had the action camera pointed the wrong direction. Okay, let me get everything shut down. We'll do a quick conclusion. Hey, okay, the DJI Mavic 3 Pro. God, that was a cool flight. We got to explore a little different part of the canyon here than we've looked at, kind of the other side. We went up a draw there a little ways, and that was pretty cool. Then I heard that boat coming, so we came right back over, and we were able to catch up with him and follow him. Put it in ActiveTrack. We were able to follow him with ActiveTrack for just a very short time, but well, it's that FocusTrack suite, so we tried everything. We did Spotlight mode there where we were able to move around him and it kept the camera right on him. And then we also did the POI mode where it will do an orbit and follow him. So anyway, just a lot of fun. I thought it was a great flight. The drone executed a precision landing, which was another good thing. One other thing that I wanted to mention about this drone, and I'll have to go back and look at the screen recording and see, but I didn't see anything on there about remote ID. I did register the drone with the FAA as a commercial drone with remote ID. So like I said, on other DJI drones in the past, I've seen it where it said remote ID okay, or enabled or disabled or whatever. I don't think I saw any of that on the screen recording, so I'll have to go back and look at that and see. But at any rate, man, you know, some of my friends, and you know who you are, were giving me a hard time about buying this drone. I don't regret it one bit. This is my second flight, and I had a blast with this guy. And if you get one of these, you will too. That's about it. This is Marcus Crawford with the Idaho Quadcopter channel out. And if you like this kind of content, please consider subscribing to my channel. Most of all, I so appreciate you taking the time to look at this video. And yeah, we'll see you on the next one. Bye now.